Bitch, I am so mad right now. I just filmed for like 30 minutes and my battery died, and instead of saving it, it just decided to get rid of it. God damn it. Right? I was wrapping presents, I was talking to you guys. Okay, so we are off. I'm heading down the main road that I have driven down so many fucking times in my life because it leads to everything from my parents' house. It is Christmas Eve morning. I was gonna wear like a cute Christmas outfit, but then like I didn't wake up early enough. But I'm going to the airport to pick up Chad, and he is spending, well, we're both staying 2 more nights here. I stayed last night, and we're gonna stay tonight, and then we'll do Christmas, and then the 26th I'm gonna drive us back. So yeah, it should be interesting. We have been fighting for the whole time that he has been in Oklahoma with his family. Not really fighting, but like essentially, for lack of using a more harsh word that I don't really feel like using right now. I'm off to pick him up. I know he took Pumpkin with him, but my parents don't know that she is coming, and they are already not happy with him as an individual, so this should be tense. I need coffee. This morning, my mom came in the bathroom, and I was getting ready, and she was like, "How's he getting here?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, how is he getting to our house from the airport? Is he Ubering? And I was like, "I'm going to pick him up." Like, what do you mean, how is he getting here? Of course, like, I'm not gonna make him Uber 30 miles to our house when it takes me 30 minutes to get there. And she's like, "Well, but like, he did this, this, and this, and like, you took him to the airport and he didn't get you gas for that, and you were doing something nice for him, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Why don't you just make him Uber?" And I'm like, and she was like, "And he didn't pay you back for this thing and this thing." And I'm like, "Mom, like, that's not how I do things. Like, I'm not just gonna be spiteful." She was just like, "Well, he's a jerk, blah, blah, blah." Don't take this as like my mom talking shit, because like, she's not. She's never even met him. She just knows like what my dad has told her from meeting him. But like, my parents really throw around words like that. Like last night, my dad called Bug dumb for no reason. He was like, "Well, we gotta keep the pies off the counter because of the dumb cat." And I was like, "Why did you have to say dumb? Like, why couldn't you just called her by her name or just said the cat?" Like, my parents are very those people. And I've never been that way. It's interesting. But I basically just said to my mom, "Okay, my arm is tired. This tripod is heavy." Also, I have nipple cream on my mouth right now. My mom told me it helped her when she had a cut on her mouth, and I've had this cut on the side of my mouth for so long, and it just keeps like reopening. So we went and got nipple cream, lanolin, yesterday. Anyway, when she was saying like, "Oh, he doesn't treat you well. He doesn't even give you money to fill up your tank when you're getting gas to take him to the airport, like blah blah blah." And I said, "That's not how I do things. I am who I am, like regardless of others," which is something that like I remember seeing that quote probably like near the end of my time in high school, and it was like said something along the lines of like, "Be who you are," or like, "Be kind." I don't remember which it said, but it said like, "Be who you are, like regardless of others' actions." Like, just because someone is being mean or acting unfairly doesn't mean you have to retaliate, or it doesn't mean you have to get angry or be spiteful. And I remember reading that and being like, "Damn, yeah, I fucking like that quote." But it's interesting because the only time I really think about it is when these types of situations happen, which happen to me a lot, like a weird amount, where I'll be like, not even necessarily like standing up for someone, but sometimes, but just like generally, like I tend to think about how others are feeling and why that would cause them to do something. And people always be like, "Why are you defending them? You don't even know them." Or like, the example that I've given before is like when Courtney visited like the very first time when I was with Keenan. Actually, I don't even think we were dating yet, but we were all three together hanging out. And Courtney was like, "What is that girl wearing? Like, oh, her shirt's so ugly," or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe like it's her personal style, maybe it makes her really happy." Courtney was like, "Whatever, like it's ugly." And That's just Courtney, by the way, and that's kind of what I love about her. We're so different in that way. But, and then Keenan was like, I've noticed that you do that a lot. Like, you always stand up for people that you don't know, or be like, well, you don't know, you know, the story or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because, like, you don't. Like, what do you mean? I feel like more people should do that. And everyone always, like, says it to me as if it's, like, a weakness or it's, like, fucked up of me to do. And I just, like, it's such a mindfuck, because in my head, I'm like, well, to me, that feels like the right thing. And it's also the natural thing that my brain does, is, like, try to understand. Like, if someone does something that's questionable, I try to understand it. Obviously not with, like, things like murder and rape and stuff like that. Like, I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is. That's never okay. But you know what I mean. Like, or if, for example, someone's wearing an ugly shirt and people are judging it, I'm gonna be like, number one, it doesn't affect me. Number two, maybe it makes them really happy. Like, maybe it was their moms and their moms passed away, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, basically, I was saying that to my mom this morning, and it's always, I started noticing this happened with my mom, actually, and I was a lot younger when I noticed that I would feel guilty for doing this because my mom would get mad at me for doing that. Does that make sense? Like, if a girl was being mean to me at school or something, which happened with a little bit in like 8th grade or something, I wouldn't really consider it bullying, but like, there was this one girl that was just a bitch. My mom would hear about it from other moms because this girl was like a big bitch to everyone, and I would always be like, well, this happened to her, and so blah blah blah, so she might be acting like that because of this. And my mom would like get mad at me. I don't know, it's weird. I guess I noticed probably like sometime in college that every time I do stuff like that, people get mad, and I don't know if it's because they get mad that I'm not just like going along with it and like venting with them or shit talking with them. But like, I don't shit talk other people ever. I really don't. I just don't. Like, I don't, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I just said that out loud, and I wanted to, like, make sure that that was actually true before I, like, said it or, like, whatever. But, like, I really don't shit talk people. And if I have issues with someone and the way they're acting and it's affecting me, then, like, ideally I would, like, address it with them. But usually I just am passive. But, you know, I don't know. Anyway, it's something that, like, I've always noticed. It's one of those really mind-fucky things, because, like, to me, I think that's how more people should be. But that doesn't mean that's the right way to live, I guess. There seems to be more people that are the opposite of that, at least in my life. So anyway, don't know why I'm babbling about this. Oh, I haven't even finished what I was saying this morning. Oh, it happened yesterday, too. Sorry, when I was at the dentist with my mom, which, by the way, I don't think I've updated you since that. I have a cavity, and then I have 2 that I need to watch, which, like, I kind of anticipated. I've never had a cavity before, but, like, I haven't been to the dentist, apparently, since January 2016, so, like, basically 4 years. So, there's that. But we were there, and my mom was telling me about this thing that this boy at her school did, or she's a librarian, and it was, like, he said something like, I'm gonna rape you and stick my dick so far up your ass. Sorry if that was triggering, by the way. It's like this 6th grade boy, and I was saying, like, well, it seems like when he's that young, like, it's gotta really be related to the parents. And I don't know, my mom was just like, it's almost like people get upset when I try to, like, reason with why they act certain ways, like other people act certain ways. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, but this morning my mom was like, well, you should make him Uber, blah blah blah. And I was like, that's not how I do things. Like, I'm not going to be spiteful, and I'm going to act the way that I normally would for someone in my life that I love, regardless. And she was not very happy by that, which is weird. I think it's weird. I'm like, it doesn't affect you. I'm paying for my gas, taking my car. Granted, I do think that I take this concept too far. Sometimes, not this concept, but I do definitely, like, yeah, I guess take this too far, where it's like, if someone's, like, treating you like shit over and over and over, and you keep acting the same way and keep treating them really fucking well and stuff, like, that's a different thing, which I'm also kind of lot, and like we haven't even really been talking recently, but I still last night texted him like, I'll see you at 11, like safe travels, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I have 3 parking tickets to pay right now. One of them I will take responsibility for. Okay, I parked on the street sweeping side of the street yesterday, which sucks, okay, because it was from 12 to 2. I got there at like literally like 1:40 or something. Also, I forgot that street cleaning moved to Friday instead of Thursday. Even if I had known, I would have probably been like, oh, it's probably already gone by now. No. But 2 of those tickets are $60 and one of them is $80, so I'm suing. Like, I need to do an update because y'all are probably, maybe, confused why I haven't moved yet. And it's, what is the date? The 28th. And I was supposed to move in yesterday. I'll update in a second. Right now I have like 11 tabs open and I have to like do stuff. It's just so unfortunate. This needs to be quick though because it's literally, the sun's about to set. It's like 3:30. Why is... Oh, it got dark so fast. I've been, I'm on Wayfair trying to get some stuff for my new apartment. I couldn't fit everything in my storage unit, so I had to get rid of a lot of like big stuff, so I don't even have like, I don't even know if I kept my table. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I can't really go and get stuff until I've like moved all the boxes into my apartment. I've pretty much, you know, unpacked for the most part and like see what I need, but there's a few things that I like know I'm gonna need. They're good with returns, and actually they don't even like make you return it, they just like will refund you, which is good because like I don't want to return a fucking huge ass couch, you know what I'm saying? So I know I need like a desk. I'm trying to decide if I should get a desk or a vanity. I don't want to get a vanity because basically like you can use it as a desk, but also there's a mirror on it, and like I really want a place to be able to sit and do my makeup. I don't know, I'm kind of like, I love this kind of stuff. I love like decorating and all that, but the problem is like A, hardly any money at this point in my life because of everything, and B, I probably shouldn't necessarily be doing this right now. Since I was supposed to move in yesterday, I had my electricity turned on yesterday. I had my move out day for my storage unit. Sorry, I'm like looking down, I should probably look at you. For my storage unit scheduled for yesterday. I had to switch my Wi-Fi plan because I had AT&T at my old place, and I somehow got like a really good deal and I was only paying $30 a month. But at my new place, you can get AT&T, but it's a crappier internet and I would have to pay $50 a month. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So I had to switch to Spectrum, which is not the best, but I have to pay $50 for like the same internet speed that I just had at my other place. They like send you the router in the mail, and apparently that already arrived. I've had like a bunch of packages arrive, so I hope they're not like, I can't remember how the mail situation works there, like if they're just leaving them outside. Hopefully not. They probably are though. I canceled my move out day. Oh, I also had a U-Haul reserved for yesterday. I just went ahead and let the electricity come and be set up because I didn't want to deal with like possibly not having that. Wi-Fi I'll do once I get there. I was stupid because I thought I was going to keep AT&T and just switch the location, so I didn't ever cancel my service, so I just paid for over a month of Wi-Fi that I didn't use at my last place. What are you going to do? I can't remember. What was I even gonna update you on? I'm pissed because this place has really good lighting when it's light outside. Go figure. No, but like the lighting is really good here when it's good. And ooh, the sunset's pretty. Turn the lights on in here. Oh, what the frick? I got out my sister's popcorn maker last night, which I should probably put away. You guys have seen this place before. I don't know why I'm doing a little tour. But yeah, my sister had a lot of cute Christmas decorations. That's the bags that I'm living out of right now. Actually, this is all just toiletries. I don't even have any clothes in here. Like this top is my sister's Free People. Is there deodorant? Is that? Oh, come on. Whatever. I'm probably gonna wear a jacket because it's December. Oh, I had this little space heater on, but it was too loud to vlog with. My ring light and my tripod are both, no, I have my tripod. My ring light's at Chad's place. I need to go over there in a second and do my laundry because I left my laundry bag. Okay, this light is like really bad. There's my child. Hi, child. Okay, that is so loud. But, oh. But it's warm, so I will allow it. Are you happy to be away from Pumpkin? Yeah. Oh, I was probably gonna update you on what freaking happened. You know, Christmas and everything. I'm sorry if you can hear that heater. It's just like, it's cold in here, you know what I'm saying? My face is being lit by the light of a white computer screen. I was gonna pay my parking tickets, but then instead I was like, let me do that thing where you try and post on Twitter that you need money, and then you post your Venmo, and then you see if any of those guys that like get off to giving girls money will see my tweet. So I'm gonna try that first. I always see that work for people, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a try myself, you know? Why does my hair look like ass? Hi, poops. Okay, so back to Christmas, right? Is that what I was talking about? I guess I could use my phone flashlight. Oh, my freaking phone already was shattered. I mean, it was like cracked, but then my niece like cracked it even more. It's fine, I'm fine, everything is fine. Update on Christmas, I guess. Well, so Monday morning, I left it like, I didn't get out until like 7 a.m. It took a really long time for me to like load up my car because it was freaking storming. And then I got home at about 1, drove to Loomis. It was such a stressful drive because Bug was like, until the very last hour of the drive, she was like freaking out. And I don't blame her because it's just been a lot lately of moving out of my old place, staying in probably 5 different places, constantly driving around. She doesn't know where we're going or what's gonna happen, or if she's gonna have to deal with another animal like Pumpkin or Disco. And so I don't blame her. She was scared because she had just finally kind of gotten comfortable being at Chad's place for a few days without any animals there. And so it was just hectic because she was like jumping everywhere, trying to like literally block my view of the road. The next day, Tuesday, is when I picked up Chad from the airport. We had Christmas Eve with my family on Tuesday night. We had Christmas Day, and then we had planned on leaving to drive back on the 26th, so just the next morning. It kind of just made more sense to drive at night, and so we were gonna leave at like 8, and then we would get there around 1:30 or 2. And so we did that, we left, and oh my god, like, I swear, we're always checking the weather. We're always checking the Grapevine. There's this part of the drive to get into Southern California called the Grapevine, and it's like through the mountains. And it's always closing during the winter when there's snow, and if it's not closing, it's like there's chains required a lot of the times. And we didn't even check that because my drive on the way home to Loomis, the Grapevine wasn't closed, and it wasn't even snowing, but it was like storming everywhere else in LA and everything. But when we left Loomis, there was no storms, it wasn't raining in LA, like nothing like that. So I guess we just didn't even think to check because it was like, oh, the weather's good. We left at 8, and apparently around 10 is when the Grapevine shut, but we didn't really find that out until 10:30 or 11. We stopped at McDonald's or Carl's Jr. to pee and get food and stuff, and then we ended up stopping for like an hour because like, I don't remember. We like had sex in my car or something. They said that we had like 3 hours left of the drive at that point, and then when we first got there to McDonald's. And then an hour later, I was already like, god damn, we shouldn't have stopped for that long, like blah, blah, blah. We checked the map and it says there's like 5 hours left. And we're like, wait, what? How did it get that much longer? Like, that doesn't make any sense. What happened was the Grapevine shut down. So we were like, oh great, we're gonna have to now take the long way, which is the only other way. Well, you'll see. Ow, bug! Which is the only other way, which is like taking a separate highway. Still though, I think you have to take the Grapevine to get in. I don't think there's another way. Anyway, so we start the alternate route and we're all pissed that it's gonna take longer, and we drive probably another hour and a half, and then suddenly the highway is closed. And it just randomly closed and you have to get off. And long story short, for like 3 hours we were like kind of going in circles because we'd get off the freeway. There was no signs for like detours. There's just cars pulled over on the side. We thought we could find a detour, so we kept trying. We kept ending up in the same position. Like literally we drove like, we kept going in circles. We were in Bakersfield, then we made it like an hour south from Bakersfield, closer to home, to LA. And then we would have to go all the way back to Bakersfield in order to like see if we could take a different route. And it just kept happening. You know, we were looking up if the Grapevine was gonna reopen, if the other highway was gonna reopen, and neither of them were. We ended up breaking up at one point because we got in a huge fight, and it was just really tense and awful. And suddenly it's 6 a.m. We're like, okay, well, we're getting a motel. Actually, Chad decided that. I was like, we can just like sleep in my car or something. So we have to go all the way back to Bakersfield, which is funny because it's like we were past Bakersfield when we first stopped at McDonald's. 8 hours later, we're back in Bakersfield. So much driving, and I drove all but 2 hours from like 4 to 6 a.m. So Chad finds a lodge. It was called like Econo Lodge in Bakersfield, and oh my god, you guys, I've never stayed at a worse motel. It was worse than a motel. Like, I don't even know what you would call it. It was so gross and disgusting, and the water was freezing, and like there was weird stains on the walls. We were like, well, we just have to get sleep, and then like, you know, whatever, like we can't, there's literally nothing we could do. Like there is no other route. We got there at like 6:30. We hung out, and at like 9 or 10 we went to sleep, woke up at noon, I think. And at that point my dad had gotten in contact with me, and my dad spent a long time like seeing if there was any other way that we could get back, because like there literally like there just wasn't. Like everyone was just screwed. Like cars were literally stopped at the entrance of the Grapevine if they made it past the highway that we got stopped at. There's cars all over the side of the highway that we got stopped at. My dad like found a route, and it was the weirdest route. It was like we literally had to go, not that it matters, but like if you ever get in this situation, we were in Bakersfield, so it's like Bakersfield and then LA is like way down here, right? We're super inland, right? We had to go on this really weird highway or state road all the way to the coast, San Luis Obispo, which is so fucking like weird. Like you would never think. It's just like the weirdest way. It's like if you lived in Maine and you wanted to go to Florida, but you like took a shortcut through California. Like it doesn't make sense. San Luis Obispo, down the coast through like Ventura, and then back to LA. And that took us from when we left 1, and then we stopped for like coffee and food and stuff. We got home, and I drove the whole way except for like an hour and a half. I got us home to Chad's apartment 2:30 or 3. That in itself was like a 12 plus hours of driving that day. And then the previous day we had driven for 10 hours. So it was insane. And then I dropped off Chad and helped him bring his stuff in, and then I went to my sister's to sleep, because Bug and Pumpkin were in that car together, by the way, and in the motel together for so long, and they had to be separated. Like it was bad. It was so tense and stressful and just not good. 5.5 hour drive ended up taking, technically from the time we left, about 32 hours, but about 25 hours I think of like actual driving time. Insane. Like it was insane. And then like I said, we got back at like 2 or 2:30. I helped him unload, had to drive up to my sister's place. I didn't go to sleep till like 5, and I was supposed to move in yesterday to my apartment. Like I said, I had everything scheduled. I canceled my U-Haul reservation. I did all that because I knew there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to wake up in 3 hours and move all day. Yeah. And since that was a Friday, and I don't really think I can move in Saturday or Sunday, or at least if I can, it wouldn't have worked. I'm at my sister's right now because she's still up in Loomis for a few more days, and hopefully I'm gonna move in the next, I'm assuming it's probably gonna be Tuesday, I would think, because like by the time they get to the office on Monday, you know, they need time. Yeah, so that's what happened, and that's the situation right now. So I need to check my phone really quick because annoying stuff is happening right now. Also, I love just using the light of my phone to do this. I'm honestly just like glad that it's over. Ugh. Like, what is my life, you know what I mean?